Building a SIP garden wasn't one of my smarter projects since it cost over $1,000. Of course, I had to move the fire pit to find the right place for it. And then you've got to level the ground, which was a little bigger task than I expected. I built frames with mesh in the bottom, so they're 2x6 frames. The mesh is to keep animals from coming up underneath the garden. Before spring hit, my two little helpers helped me plant some of the plants. The frame was 2x6 for the bases, and then 2x4s I used to frame the outsides. I'm going to put chicken wire on it to keep all the animals that live in the woods from getting into my garden. So you can see the base is completed here. The starter seeds are growing. So next you build a liner for the bottom of the beds. This is to hold the water. Again, it goes up about 4 or 5 inches. And again, I can't remember the ply, but you saw it in the text there. And then you put a drain in it about 4 inches up from the bottom of the bed liner to drain out the side of the bed. So any water that gets too high drains out and doesn't saturate your plants. I also put a little seal around the drain. And then I covered the top of the plastic and overlapped the fish liner. Again, this is just to keep the womanized wood from getting to the dirt and making it a clean approach. You then need to put something in the bottom, so I used 4-inch drain tiles with garden cloth on the end of each one so dirt doesn't get down in, and then spacers put between the drain tiles again, and it's a special SIP layer that wicks water out. I added a fill tube into one of them and again siliconed it, so I put a hose to fill them up when it gets dry or drier in case we don't get any rain. You can see the spacers are just wood that I cut in to keep about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch between the drain tile and the bottom of the bed. On the long ends I added some side braces which actually doubled as a holder to keep the screen sides in place when I built the frames for the screen sides, which I made removable so I could access both sides. Alright, time for the wicking layer. So vermiculite, perlite, and peat moss. 1 part, 1 part, and 3 parts. Mix it well and fill it so it covers the drain tile by about 1 inch. Now for the planting layer. Again, it's made of 4 cubic feet of soil, a cubic foot of pine bark, and a 1/4 cubic foot of perlite. The pine bark is just a filler, so you use less dirt because it was pretty pricey, needless to say. As you fill it, you water it in, so I do a layer, put some water on it, layer, water, to moisten it all the way down. And I framed it all in with chicken wire and wood to keep the animals out, but obviously allow my little helpers in. And here we have it, $1,000 salad, a ridiculous project.